The hospital room smelled like medicine and goodbye. Four-year-old Nana pressed her tiny hands against the bed rail, her round cheeks wet with tears that would not stop falling. "Mommy, please wake up. Please do not go to sleep. You promised we would make pancakes together." Seo Yoon's eyes fluttered open barely. Her skin had lost its warmth weeks ago. The disease had stolen everything from her body except her love for the two people standing beside her bed. Tae-won held his wife's frail hand, his jaw tight, his eyes burning. He was the CEO of one of Korea's biggest tech companies. He had closed deals worth billions. He had never lost a negotiation in his life. But he was losing this one. "Seo Yoon," he said, his voice cracking in a way it had never cracked before. "You have to fight. For me. For Nana. We need you." Seo Yoon turned her head slowly, looking at her husband with eyes full of peace that he could not understand. "I am tired," she whispered. "I have been fighting for so long. My body cannot do this anymore." "Mommy, no." Nana climbed onto the bed, pressing her face against her mother's chest. "I will be a good girl. I will eat all my vegetables. I will not ask for candy. Just please stay with me." Tae-won watched his daughter beg, and something inside him shattered. "God," he prayed silently, looking up at the ceiling. "Please, take anything from me. Take everything. But not her. Not my wife." Seo Yoon lifted her weak hand and placed it on Nana's hair. She looked at Tae-won one last time. "Take care of our baby," she said. "Promise me." "Seo Yoon, stop talking like that. You are not going anywhere." A tear rolled down Seo Yoon's pale cheek. "I love you both. I always will. But I need to rest now." Her eyes closed. The heart monitor beeped once. Twice. Then it flatlined into a single, endless sound that would haunt Tae-won's dreams for years. "Mommy? Mommy? Wake up." Nana shook her mother's body. "Daddy, tell her to wake up. Tell her." Tae-won grabbed his daughter and held her against his chest as she screamed. Doctors rushed in. Nurses moved around them. But nothing could be done. Seo Yoon was gone. Nana cried until her voice gave out. Tae-won held her through it all, his own tears falling silently into her hair. That night, he carried his sleeping daughter to the car, and he made himself a promise. He would do whatever it took to protect Nana. He would fill the hole her mother left behind. He had no idea how wrong he would be. 6 months later, Tae-won sat across from his daughter at the breakfast table. The chef had prepared her favorite meal. Fluffy pancakes with strawberries on top. Chocolate milk in her special cup. Everything arranged perfectly. Nana did not touch any of it. She sat there with empty eyes, staring at the wall. The same wall she had been staring at for months. "Nana," Tae-won said gently, "you need to eat something. Please." "Nothing. Not even a blink. The chef made this just for you. You used to love pancakes." Nana pushed the plate away. Her lips moved slightly, but no words came out. She had not spoken a complete sentence since the funeral. Not to him. Not to her nannies. Not to her teachers. The child psychologist said she was processing grief. The pediatricians said to give her time. Her teachers said she sat alone at lunch every day, not playing, not talking, just existing. Tae-won missed his wife. But watching his daughter disappear inside herself was destroying him in ways grief never could. "Sir." His house manager, Mr. Park, appeared at the doorway. "Miss Nana's nanny is here to take her to school." Hae-hyun walked in, a 29-year-old woman with perfect posture and a practiced smile. She had been Nana's caretaker since Seo Yoon got sick. She was efficient, professional, cold in ways that Tae-won had started to notice. "Good morning, Nana," Hae-hyun said. "Time for school." Nana slid off her chair without acknowledging anyone. She walked toward the door like a ghost in a 4-year-old's body. Tae-won watched her leave, and his chest ached. After they were gone, he pulled out his phone and canceled his morning meetings. He could not focus on business. Not when his daughter was fading away right in front of him. He sat alone in the large dining room, surrounded by wealth that meant nothing, and he wondered what Seo Yoon would have done. She always knew how to make Nana laugh. She always knew the right words to say. She was the heart of their family, and now that heart had stopped beating. That evening, Tae-won made a decision. He would not sit around and wait for his daughter to get better.
He would take her out.
Force her to experience life again. Maybe a change of scenery would help. "We're going out," he announced to Nana, who was sitting in her room, staring at her mother's picture. She did not respond. "I found a new restaurant. They have good reviews. Maybe you will like their food." Nana stood up robotically and followed him. No excitement. No resistance. Just empty compliance. The drive was silent. Tae-won kept glancing at his daughter in the rearview mirror, hoping for any sign of life. But she just sat there, buckled into her car seat, looking at nothing. The restaurant was on the other side of Seoul. It was a mid-sized place with good ratings and diverse food options. Tae-won had his assistant research it specifically because they offered dishes from different cultures. Maybe something would spark Nana's interest. When they walked in, the first thing Tae-won noticed was the noise. Someone was yelling, "You think you can cheat me because I am a foreigner?" A woman's voice cut through the restaurant chatter. "I gave you extra fish. Extra. You ate it, licked your fingers, and now you want to pay half price." Tae-won stopped walking. Nana stopped too, but her eyes actually moved toward the commotion. First sign of attention she had shown in weeks. Near the back of the restaurant, there was a small stand with a hand-painted sign that read "Mama's Fried Fish and Chips" in both Korean and English. Behind the counter stood two black women. The older one was trying to calm the situation. The younger one was not. "I counted the pieces myself," the younger woman continued, her Korean fluent but accented. 6 pieces of fish. 3 servings of chips. You ate everything except your dignity, and now you want to negotiate." The customer, a middle-aged man in a rumpled suit, slammed his fist on the counter. "You're calling me a liar? Do you know who I am? I do not care if you are the president's cousin's neighbor's dog. You owe me 32,001, and you are going to pay it." Tae-won found himself moving closer. Nana followed, her eyes now fully focused on the scene. The older woman, who had to be the younger one's mother, stepped forward. "Sir, please. Let us settle this calmly. Your daughter is disrespectful. She should be deported." The younger woman laughed. Actually laughed. "Deported where? My grandmother's spirit? I was born here, sir. My mama came here 26 years ago. I have more right to stand in this spot than you have to stand in those fake designer shoes." Tae-won almost smiled. Almost. The man's face turned red. He reached into his pocket and pulled out something metallic.
"A knife."
"Vivian, watch out," her mother screamed. Tae-won moved before he could think. He grabbed Nana and pushed her behind a nearby pillar, then lunged at the man just as he swung the knife toward the young woman. Tae-won caught the man's wrist and twisted. The knife clattered to the floor. He swept the man's legs and pinned him to the ground in one smooth motion. "Someone call the police," Tae-won said calmly, pressing his knee into the man's back. The restaurant erupted in chaos. Customers screamed. Staff rushed over. The older woman grabbed her daughter and pulled her back. But Tae-won's attention shifted to Nana. She was standing by the pillar, her small hands clutched together, her eyes wide. But not empty. For the first time in 6 months, there was something in those eyes. She was looking at the young black woman who was still breathing heavily from the almost attack. Then Nana spoke. "Papa." Tae-won's heart stopped. He had not heard her voice clearly in months. "Papa," Nana said again, pointing at the woman. "Wife her." The entire restaurant went silent. The young woman blinked. "Excuse me?" Tae-won stared at his daughter. "What did you say?" "Wife her," Nana repeated, her tiny voice firm. "She is brave. Like mommy." The woman's mother looked at her daughter. Her daughter looked at the child. Tae-won looked at everyone. That is not how marriage works," Tae-won managed to say. But Nana was not listening. She walked past her father, past the pinned attacker, past the shocked onlookers, and stopped right in front of the fish stand. She pointed at the crispy golden fish on display. "I want that." Tae-won felt tears prick his eyes. Nana had not voluntarily asked for food since her mother died. "You want the fish?" the young woman asked, kneeling down to Nana's level. Nana nodded. The woman smiled. It was a warm smile. A real smile. Then you will get the best fish I have. Mama, fix this little princess a plate. The older woman, still shaking from the earlier incident, nodded and began preparing the food. Taewon finally let the attacker go as restaurant security arrived to handle the situation. He walked over to his daughter, who was now watching the young woman work with complete fascination. What is your name? Nana asked. Vivian, the woman answered. What is yours? Nana. That is a beautiful name. Do you like spicy food, Nana? A little bit. They were having a conversation. An actual conversation. Taewon wanted to cry and laugh at the same time. Vivian served the fish and chips on a bright yellow plate. Nana sat at a small table nearby and took her first bite. Her face lit up. This is yummy, she said. Vivian grinned. Of course it is. My mama has been perfecting that recipe for 30 years. You think she would let me serve anything less than perfect? Nana took another bite, then another. She ate with an appetite Taewon had not seen in months. Before you continue watching, let me ask you something real quick. Where are you watching this story from? Drop your country in the comments. I see my people from Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, the UK, the US, Canada. Let me know where you are tuning in from. I love seeing how far this community reaches. Now, back to the story. When the food was finished, Taewon paid triple the amount and added extra as thanks for almost getting stabbed because of 32,000 won. Thank you, he said to Vivian. Not just for the food. My daughter has not eaten properly or spoken to anyone in 6 months. You did something tonight that I could not do. Vivian looked at Nana, then back at Taewon. She seems like a sweet kid. What happened? Her mother passed away. Vivian's expression softened. I am sorry. Losing a mother is. She glanced at her own mother, who was cleaning up the stand. I cannot imagine. Thank you for being kind to her. Taewon reached for Nana's hand. Come on, sweetheart. Time to go home. Nana did not move. Nana, I want Vivian to come with us. Taewon froze. What? I want her to come home with us. Vivian laughed nervously. Oh, sweetie, I cannot do that. I have to stay here with my mama. We have work tomorrow. But I want you to come. Nana's eyes started to fill with tears. Please. Taewon knelt beside his daughter. Nana, Vivian is a stranger. We cannot just take strangers home. She is not a stranger. She is my friend now. Nana, I am not going home without her. The restaurant fell quiet again. People were staring. Vivian's mother walked over, wiping her hands on her apron. What is happening? She asked. This little girl wants Vivian to go home with them, one of the restaurant staff whispered. Vivian's mother's eyes went wide. Absolutely not. Taewon sighed. This was not how he expected his evening to go. He stood up and approached Vivian. I know this sounds insane, he said quietly. But my daughter has not spoken to anyone or eaten properly since her mother died 6 months ago. Tonight, she did both because of you. I do not know why she has attached herself to you, but I am desperate. Please just come for one night. Help me understand what she sees in you. Vivian crossed her arms. Sir, I do not know who you think you are, but I am not following a stranger home just because he is rich and handsome. You could be a serial killer for all I know. I am not a serial killer. That is exactly what a serial killer would say. Taewon almost laughed. Fair point. Then, do your research. Search my name. Park Taewon. I am the CEO of Taewon Technologies. My face is in every business magazine in Korea. I have nothing to hide. Vivian hesitated. She pulled out her phone and typed his name. Her eyes widened as results populated the screen. Oh, she said. You are actually famous. Does that help? It helps prove you are not a nobody serial killer. But rich people can be serial killers too. Vivian, her mother interrupted, pulling her aside. Can I speak to you privately? They walked into the small kitchen behind the stand. Taewon waited with Nana, who was still refusing to move. In the kitchen, Vivian's mother grabbed her arm. Have you lost your mind? You cannot go with those people. Mama, calm down. Calm down? This could be a new kidnapping method. Rich man and cute child pretend to be innocent, take you to their house, and then what? They sell your organs. Mama, no one is selling my organs. You do not know that. In this world, anything is possible. Vivian sighed. Mama, I looked him up. He is legitimate. His wife really did die 6 months ago. He has a daughter named Nana. Everything checks out. And rich people still do evil things. I know, but Vivian paused. She thought about the look on Nana's face when she ate the fish. The way her eyes sparkled with life. The way she said wife her like it was the most obvious solution in the world. Something about that little girl broke Vivian's heart and healed it at the same time. Mama, that child lost her mother. She has not spoken or eaten in 6 months. Tonight she did both. What if I am supposed to help her? Her mother shook her head. You are too soft, Vivian. Just like your father. At the mention of her father, Vivian's face hardened. Speaking of Daddy, his final hospital bill is paid off. We did it, Mama. We saved him. Now he just needs to recover. Her mother's eyes softened. I know, and I am proud of us. But that does not mean you should put yourself in danger. I will be careful. I promise. If anything feels wrong, I will call you immediately. Her mother stared at her for a long moment. If you are not home by tomorrow afternoon, I am calling the police. Vivian hugged her.
Deal.
When Vivian walked back out, Nana immediately ran to her and grabbed her hand. You are coming? Nana asked. Vivian smiled. I am coming. The car ride to the park residence was quiet. Nana fell asleep in Vivian's arms within 10 minutes, her small body relaxing in a way Taewon had not seen in months. He kept glancing at them in the rearview mirror, trying to understand. What was it about this woman that made his daughter feel safe? Vivian was not elegant like Seo-yoon. She was loud, blunt, and apparently willing to fight customers over fried fish. She had box braids that fell past her shoulders, rich brown skin, and eyes that challenged everything they looked at. She was nothing like his late wife. And maybe that was the point. When they arrived at the house, Vivian's jaw dropped. This is not a house, she said. This is a palace. Tae-won shrugged. It has 7 bedrooms. 7? I grew up in a 2-room apartment. 7 bedrooms should be illegal. He led her inside, Nana still sleeping in Vivian's arms. The staff stared as they walked past. A black woman carrying the young miss? This was unprecedented. Hae-hyun appeared at the top of the stairs, her eyes narrowing as she took in the scene. Sir, she said, her voice icy polite. Who is this? A guest, Tae-won replied. She will be staying in the room next to Nana's. Please prepare it. Hae-hyun's jaw tightened. Of course, sir. She disappeared down the hallway, but not before shooting Vivian a look that could curdle milk. Vivian noticed. She seems friendly. She is efficient. That is not what I said. Tae-won almost smiled. Get some rest. We will talk tomorrow. He showed Vivian to a guest room that was bigger than her entire apartment. She stood in the doorway, taking it all in. There's a bathroom attached, Tae-won said. Fresh clothes in the closet if you need them. Let the staff know if you require anything. This is insane, Vivian muttered. I sold this man some fish and now I am sleeping in a mansion. Tae-won paused. Thank you, he said softly, for what you did for Nana tonight. You have no idea what it means. Vivian looked at him, really looked at him. Beyond the expensive suit and the perfectly styled hair, she saw a father who was drowning. A man trying to save his daughter while barely keeping himself afloat. Get some sleep, she said. You look like you need it more than me. He nodded and walked away. That night, Vivian lay in the most comfortable bed she had ever touched and wondered what on earth she had gotten herself into. The next morning, Nana woke up looking for Vivian. Where is she? She asked her father at breakfast. She is probably still sleeping. I want to see her. Before Tae-won could respond, Vivian appeared in the doorway, wearing borrowed silk pajamas that were too long for her. Someone called my name, she said. Nana's face broke into the biggest smile Tae-won had seen in 6 months. Vivian, come sit with me. Vivian walked over and sat beside the little girl. What are we eating? Boring food. Boring food? Let me see. Vivian looked at the spread of gourmet breakfast items. This looks like fancy boring food. Want me to make you something better? Nana nodded eagerly. Do you have flour? Vivian asked the nearby chef. Yes, ma'am. Eggs? Butter? Sugar? Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Come on, Nana. Let us make pancakes like your mama used to. Nana's face flickered with emotion. You know how. Baby, I know how to make pancakes that will make you forget you ever ate any other pancakes. Let us go. They disappeared into the kitchen, leaving Tae-won sitting alone at the table. He listened to his daughter laugh for the first time in 6 months. And he realized that Vivian was not just a solution to his problem. She was a miracle he did not deserve. Over the next few days, Vivian became a permanent fixture in the Park household. What started as one night turned into 2, then 3, then a week. Her mother called every day to make sure she was still alive. Vivian reassured her, then went back to braiding Nana's hair, or teaching her how to cook Nigerian jollof rice, or helping her with homework. Nana transformed. She started talking again, laughing again, eating properly. She told Vivian about her mother, about the pancakes they used to make together, about the songs Seo-yoon would sing at bedtime. My mommy is in heaven now, Nana said one evening, sitting in Vivian's lap. I know, baby. Do you think she can see me? Vivian stroked Nana's hair. I think she watches you every single day. I think she is so proud of how brave you are.
Nana started crying.
Not the silent, empty crying from before. Real tears. Healing tears. I miss her so much. I know. And that is okay. Missing people we love means we carry them with us forever. Your mommy lives in your heart now. And hearts never forget. Tae-won stood in the doorway, watching them. He had hired the best therapists, the best nannies, the best everything. But none of them reached Nana the way Vivian did. And none of them made his own heart beat faster whenever they walked into a room.
Wait.
Where did that thought come from? If you're enjoying this story so far, make sure you subscribe to Soul and Savannah and turn on notifications. Trust me, you do not want to miss what happens next. Hae-hyun was losing her mind. For years, she had been the head nanny, the trusted caretaker, the woman who would eventually position herself to become the next Mrs. Park. She had planned everything perfectly. Comfort the grieving widower, bond with the lonely child, wait for the right moment to make her move. Then this fish-selling foreigner showed up and ruined everything. Nana no longer needed Hae-hyun.
She only wanted Vivian.
And Tae-won? He smiled more in the past week than he had in 6 months. He was falling for her. Hae-hyun could see it in his eyes. This could not continue. One morning, while Vivian was preparing Nana's lunchbox in the kitchen, Hae-hyun walked in. You are using the wrong containers, she said coldly. Vivian looked up. These seem fine to me. They are not. Miss Nana has specific containers for her meals. If you paid attention, you would know that. Vivian set down the container slowly. Is there a problem here? The problem is that you think you belong in this house. You do not. You are a distraction. A phase. Eventually, Mr. Park will come to his senses and send you back to wherever you came from. Vivian stepped closer. Let me make something very clear. I am here because Nana needs me. Not because I want your position. Not because I am after anyone's money. I sell fried fish for a living, and I am proud of it. So, whatever fantasy you have built in your head about being the next Mrs. Park, that is your business. But do not take it out on me. Hae-hyun's eye twitched. We will see how long you last. She stormed out. Vivian exhaled and went back to packing the lunchbox. This house was beautiful, but it was full of snakes. 2 weeks into Vivian's stay, she asked Tae-won for permission to take Nana somewhere special. Where? He asked. The hospital. My father is there. He just woke up from a coma. I want Nana to meet him. Tae-won hesitated. A hospital might bring back difficult memories for her. I know, but she has been doing so well. And I think meeting my daddy will be good for her. He makes everyone laugh. Tae-won considered it. Nana had been to enough hospitals during her mother's illness. But maybe visiting someone who was recovering instead of dying would give her a different perspective. Okay, he said. But I am sending security with you. That is fair. The hospital room was small but bright. Vivian's father, Mr. Quasey, was sitting up in bed, his face tired but warm. Her mother was beside him, peeling oranges. Daddy. Vivian ran to hug him gently. You look so much better. I feel better now that my baby is here. He noticed Nana hiding behind Vivian's legs. And who is this little person?
This is Nana.
The girl I told you about. Nana peeked out shyly. Hello. Mr. Quasey grinned. Hello, small madam. Come closer. I do not bite. My teeth are too old for that. Nana giggled and stepped forward. So, Mr. Quasey said, leaning in conspiratorially, I hear you have been keeping my daughter busy. Is she treating you well? Nana nodded. She makes good pancakes. Better than mine?
Nana thought about it.
The same. Mr. Quasey clutched his chest dramatically. The same? I taught her everything she knows. I should be getting extra credit. Vivian rolled her eyes. Daddy, stop. I am just saying, when you become a famous chef, remember who showed you how to flip your first egg? You burned that egg. Details. The point is, I was there. Nana laughed so hard she snorted. Vivian's mother smiled. Vivian looked at her father with tears in her eyes. This was what family was supposed to feel like. As they were leaving, Nana tugged on Vivian's hand. I like your daddy. I hope he gets better soon.
Thank you, baby.
Me too. That night, back at the Park Mansion, something shifted between Vivian and Taewon. They were sitting on the balcony after putting Nana to bed. The Seoul skyline glittered beneath them. Thank you for letting me take her to see my father, Vivian said. She seemed happy. That is all that matters. Vivian was quiet for a moment. Can I ask you something? Of course. When Nana said wife her that first night, what did you think? Taewon laughed softly. I thought my daughter had lost her mind. And now? He turned to look at her. Really look at her. Now I think maybe she saw something I was too blind to see. Vivian's breath caught. What do you mean? I mean. He moved closer. I have been trying to figure out why you affect me the way you do. You are loud.
Stubborn.
You argue with customers over fried fish. You wear my silk pajamas like they are beach cover-ups. You are nothing like anyone I have ever known. Is that a compliment or an insult? It is the truth. He reached out and tucked a braid behind her ear. And the truth is, I cannot stop thinking about you. Vivian's heart was racing. You are my employer. I am a man who is starting to feel things he thought he would never feel again. Taewon. You do not have to say anything. I just needed you to know. He pulled back and stood up. Good night, Vivian. He walked inside, leaving her alone with her racing thoughts. She touched her ear where his fingers had been. This was not part of the plan. None of this was part of the plan. The days that followed were electric. Every look between Vivian and Taewon carried weight. Every accidental touch lasted a second too long. Every conversation had an undercurrent of something neither of them was willing to name. Vivian tried to focus on Nana. That was why she was there, after all. Not to fall for a billionaire widower with sad eyes and a smile that made her forget her own name. But Taewon made it difficult. He started showing up during Nana's breakfast time, something he never did before. He would sit across from them, pretending to read reports while stealing glances at Vivian. You are staring, Vivian said one morning without looking up. I am reviewing documents. Those documents must be very interesting. You have been on the same page for 20 minutes. Nana giggled. Papa is looking at Vivian. Taewon's ears turned red. I am not. You are, Nana insisted. Your face is doing the thing. What thing? The thing it does when you like something. Vivian bit her lip to keep from laughing. The child has spoken. Taewon set down his papers. I need to go to work. Running away? Strategic retreat. He left quickly, and Vivian finally let herself laugh. Nana looked at her with knowing eyes that were far too wise for a 4-year-old. You like my papa too.
What?
No, I do not. Your face is doing the thing. What thing? The same thing his face does. Vivian had no response to that. Hae Hyun watched all of this from the shadows, her resentment growing like a tumor. She had spent years carefully positioning herself. She had been patient, professional,
Perfect.
and now some foreigner with box braids and a fried fish stand was stealing everything she had worked for. Something had to be done. The opportunity came on a quiet afternoon. Nana was napping, and Vivian was in the kitchen, preparing a snack. Hae Hyun walked in and immediately started criticizing. You cut the fruit wrong. Vivian sighed. There is no wrong way to cut fruit. There is when you are serving it to the young miss. She likes her apples in thin slices, not chunks. She ate chunks yesterday and said they were delicious. She was being polite. Vivian set down the knife. What is your problem with me? My problem is that you do not belong here. You are a temporary solution to a permanent problem. The moment Mr. Park realizes you are not qualified to raise his daughter, you will be gone. I am not trying to replace anyone. I am just here to help. Help! Hae Hyun stepped closer, her voice dropping to a hiss. You are here to manipulate a grieving man and his child. I see through you. Lady, the only thing you see is your own reflection, and you do not like what is looking back. Hae Hyun snapped. She raised her hand and slapped Vivian across the face. The sound echoed through the kitchen. Vivian stumbled back, her cheek burning. How dare you speak to me that way? Hae Hyun spat. I am the head nanny. You are nothing. Before Vivian could respond, a small voice came from the doorway. I saw that. They both turned. Nana was standing there, her eyes wide with shock. Nana, Hae Hyun said, her tone instantly switching to sweet. Go back to your room, sweetie. This is adult business. You hit Vivian. It was an accident. No, it was not. I saw your face. You were angry. Hae Hyun knelt down. Nana, listen to me. Sometimes adults have disagreements. It does not mean anything. Nana's expression hardened. I am going to tell my papa.
Nah, wait.
Please do not do that. Then say sorry to Vivian. Hae Hyun looked at Vivian with barely concealed hatred. Then she forced out the words. I am sorry. And do not bully her again, Nana added. I will not. Nana nodded. Okay, but if you do it again, I am telling Papa. And he will be very mad. She walked over to Vivian and took her hand. Come on, let's go play. Vivian let herself be led away, but not before shooting Hae Hyun a look that said this is not over. Hae Hyun watched them go, her hands trembling with rage. That child had just threatened her. A 4-year-old had just threatened her. This was not over. Not by a long shot. 3 days later, Vivian received a phone call that changed everything. Hello? Miss Vivian? It was a voice she did not recognize. This is Seoul Central Hospital. I am calling about your father. Her blood ran cold. What happened? I am sorry to inform you that Mr. Kwesi passed away this morning. His heart gave out during the night. The doctors did everything they could. Vivian dropped the phone. The world blurred around her. She could not breathe, could not think, could not feel anything except the crushing weight of loss. Her father was gone. The man who taught her how to cook, who told terrible jokes that made her laugh anyway, who survived a coma only to slip away in his sleep.
Gone.
Nana found her crying on the floor of her room. Vivian? What is wrong? Vivian looked up, her face wet with tears. My daddy is gone. Nana's eyes filled with understanding, the kind of understanding no child should have. Like my mommy? Vivian nodded, unable to speak. Nana walked over and wrapped her small arms around Vivian. I am sorry. I am so sorry. They held each other and cried together. Two people who understood loss. Two hearts healing by sharing their pain. Eventually, Vivian pulled back. I need to go be with my mama. She needs me right now. Are you coming back? I hope so, baby. But I need a few days. Nana nodded. Okay. I will miss you. I will miss you too. Vivian packed a small bag and prepared to leave. Tae-won was not home. He was at a business meeting that could not be postponed. She left a message with Mr. Park and headed downstairs. It was late. Almost midnight. The house was quiet. As she walked toward the front door, she passed the East Wing hallway. Something caught her attention. A shadow moving. Before she could react, someone grabbed her from behind and shoved her into a small room. The door slammed shut. The lights went off. Complete darkness. Vivian screamed. She pounded on the door with her fists. Help! Someone help me! But the East Wing was far from the main living areas. No one could hear her. She kept screaming anyway. Hours passed. Or maybe minutes. Time lost meaning in the dark. Vivian's greatest fear was darkness. Always had been. When she was a child, she got trapped in a closet during a power outage. The trauma never fully healed. Now she was living her nightmare. She curled up against the wall, hyperventilating.
Please.
Someone please find me. On the other side of the house, Hyun smiled in her sleep. Morning came. Vivian did not. Tae-won returned from his meeting at 7 a.m., exhausted but expecting to see Vivian and Nana at breakfast. Instead, he found only Nana looking worried. Where's Vivian? He asked. She said she was leaving last night. To see her mama. But she did not say goodbye properly. Tae-won frowned. He checked his phone. No messages from Vivian. No calls. He asked Mr. Park. Did Vivian leave last night? She said she was leaving, sir. But I did not see her actually depart. A cold feeling settled in Tae-won's stomach. He started searching. The staff joined him. They checked every room, every hallway, every corner of the mansion. Nothing. Until Nana tugged on his hand. Papa, what about the old storage room? In the East Wing. No one uses that room. But what if she got lost? The hallway is confusing. They walked to the East Wing together. The hallway was indeed confusing. Old and used rooms lined both sides. Tae-won stopped in front of a door that was rarely opened. He tried the handle, locked from the outside. Vivian, he called. A weak voice answered. Tae-won. He broke down the door. Vivian was curled up in the corner, pale and shaking. Her eyes were red from crying. Her body was trembling uncontrollably. Oh my God. Tae-won rushed to her and gathered her in his arms. What happened? Who did this to you? I do not know. Someone grabbed me, put me in here. It was so dark. I could not breathe. She collapsed against him. Papa, she is not waking up. Nana cried. Tae-won lifted Vivian and ran. The hospital said she was severely dehydrated and had experienced a panic attack. They kept her for observation. Tae-won stayed by her side the entire time. When she finally woke, he was holding her hand. Hey, she said weakly. Hey yourself. You scared me.
Sorry.
Did not mean to. Do you remember anything about who locked you in there? Vivian shook her head. It was dark. They grabbed me from behind. I did not see their face. Tae-won's jaw tightened. I am going to find out who did this. And when I do, they will regret the day they were born. He meant every word. Back at the mansion, Tae-won gathered every staff member in the main hall. Nannies,
Maids.
security, everyone. He stood before them with cold fury in his eyes. Someone in this room locked Vivian in that storage room, he said. She was trapped in the dark for hours. She almost died. I want to know who did it. Confess now, and I will simply fire you. Stay silent, and I will fire all of you and make sure none of you ever work in Seoul again. Silence. Heavy, terrified silence. Then a young maid stepped forward. She was barely 20, trembling with fear. Sir, she said quietly, I saw something. Speak. Last night, around midnight, I was going to the kitchen for water. I saw Miss Hyun walking toward the East Wing. She looked suspicious. I thought it was strange, but I did not want to accuse her of anything. All eyes turned to Hyun. Her face went pale. That is ridiculous. I was in my room all night. Were you? Tae-won stepped toward her. Then you will not mind if I check the security footage. There are no cameras in the East Wing.
No.
But there are cameras in the hallway leading to it. Hyun's composure cracked. Sir, I can explain. Explain what? That you locked a woman in a dark room knowing she has a fear of darkness? That you left her there to suffer all night? She was ruining everything. She was taking my place. I worked so hard to be here, and she just showed up and destroyed it all. The confession hung in the air. Tae-won's voice was ice. You're fired. Pack your things and leave within the hour. If I ever see your face again, I will have you arrested for assault. Sir, please. I have been loyal to this family for years. Loyal? You slapped her. You locked her up. You are lucky I am not calling the police right now.
Leave.
Before I change my mind. Hae-hyun left in tears, her career and her dreams destroyed by her own jealousy. Na-na watched from the staircase.
Good, she said.
She was mean. 3 days later, Vivian was released from the hospital. But she did not go back to the mansion. She went home to her mother, to grieve her father, to process everything that had happened. Tae-won understood. He gave her space, but he missed her every single day. 2 weeks passed. Na-na missed Vivian terribly. She talked about her constantly, drew pictures for her, asked her father every day when she was coming back. Soon, baby, he always said. She needs time. Then one afternoon, Tae-won made a decision. He drove to Vivian's apartment with Na-na and a bouquet of flowers that cost more than most people's rent. Vivian opened the door looking exhausted but beautiful. Her braids were shorter now, freshly done. Her eyes were still sad, but there was strength in them.
Hi, she said.
Hi, he replied. Vivian. Na-na pushed past her father and threw herself at Vivian. I missed you so much. Vivian laughed, catching her. I missed you too, baby. So much. They hugged for a long moment. Then Vivian looked at Tae-won. You brought flowers. I did. Expensive ones. Very. You know I am allergic to most fancy flowers, right? I did not know that. Vivian smiled. Good thing I am not allergic to the thought. Come in. Her mother was in the small living room, watching Korean dramas. She looked up when they entered. The rich man, she said. Vivian told me you saved her. Thank you. Tae-won bowed respectfully. It is the least I could do. Your daughter saved my daughter first. She has a habit of saving people. Gets it from her father. Her eyes grew sad. He would have liked you. I wish I could have met him properly. Na-na climbed onto the couch beside Vivian's mother. I met him. He was funny. He said his teeth were too old to bite. Everyone laughed. In that small apartment, surrounded by modest furniture and family photos, Tae-won felt more at home than he ever did in his mansion. After an hour of conversation and laughter, he asked Vivian to step outside. They stood on the small balcony, looking at the busy Seoul street below. I need to ask you something, Tae-won said. That sounds serious. It is. He turned to face her. These past few weeks without you have been hard. Na-na misses you. I miss you. The house feels empty without your voice and your terrible jokes. My jokes are excellent. They are objectively bad, but I love them anyway. Vivian's breath caught. Tae-won, let me finish. He took her hands. I know your father just passed. I know you are grieving. I know this is probably terrible timing, but I cannot pretend anymore. I am falling in love with you, Vivian. Maybe I already have. You barely know me. I know you make my daughter smile. I know you stood your ground against a man with a knife. I know you challenge me in ways no one else does. I know you light up every room you enter. That is enough for me. Vivian blinked back tears. This is crazy. I know. You are a billionaire. I sell fried fish. I do not care. Your world and my world are completely different. Then let us build a new world together. She laughed through her tears. That was so cheesy. Was it? Incredibly cheesy. Did it work? She looked at him. This man who had lost so much, but still had room in his heart to love again. This man who showed up at her tiny apartment with expensive flowers and a vulnerable confession. Yes, she said. It worked. He smiled. So, will you go out with me? Officially? Before she could answer, a small voice came from inside. Say yes, Vivian. Say yes. They both turned. Na-na was pressing her face against the window, watching them. Vivian laughed. How long has she been there? Probably the whole time, Taewon admitted. Vivian looked back at him.
Yes.
I will go out with you. Nana screamed with joy. She ran outside and tackled both of them in a hug. This is the best day ever, she shouted. Vivian's mother appeared in the doorway, shaking her head with a smile. I told you. Too soft. Just like her father. But she was smiling. And for the first time since Seo-yoon died, Taewon felt like his family was whole again. Not because Vivian replaced anyone, but because she created something new. Something beautiful. Something that none of them expected, but all of them needed. Life has a funny way of bringing people together. Sometimes it takes tragedy to find healing. Sometimes it takes a 4-year-old stubborn refusal to let someone walk away. Sometimes it takes a woman selling fried fish in a Korean restaurant to remind a man that love is worth fighting for. If you loved this story, you know what to do. Subscribe to Soul and Savannah right now and turn on all notifications. Share this video with someone who needs to believe in love today. And drop a comment telling me what your favorite part was. Because love stories like this deserve to be told. And you deserve to believe that your love story is still being written.
Until next time. The end.